just feeding off her energy and her will to win. She wants to win, and that's been really fun. And getting to, run around with her is definitely better than chasing her around.
Now, Dewanna Bonner. All right, she has come out. She's also made...
Dana Bonner just dropped a bombshell about Caitlin Clark, and it left fans, teammates, and even Caitlin herself completely speechless. Imagine two of the fiercest competitors in women's basketball, once on opposite sides of the court, clashing like titans, suddenly joining forces. Plot twist, oh, it's more than that. This is the kind of sports drama that makes headlines and has fans scrambling for front row seats. If you thought you knew how this season was going to play out, think again, because when Bonner and Clark stopped battling and started building something together, the game changed forever, and what happens next might just redefine the future of the WNBA.
Let's talk about Caitlin Clark and Dewanna Bonner. Both of them have made comments about the upcoming WNBA season, and we all know, once they assembled this roster, the pressure was going to begin to build. It's already...
Caitlin Clark did not just arrive on the basketball scene. She exploded onto it like a comet streaking through the atmosphere. From her college days, it was obvious. This was not just another talented player. This was a generational phenomenon. Her ability to launch three-pointers from way beyond the arc was not just jaw-dropping. It was redefining what was possible. Every time she touched the ball, fans held their breath. And when she entered the WNBA, she did not tiptoe in. She kicked the door down, dropped buckets, and made it crystal clear that she was here to take over. Her confidence, her energy, her complete command of the court. It is what made her a fan magnet and a nightmare for defenders. And yet, with all the hype, Caitlin stayed grounded. Fiercely competitive, yes. Flashy, absolutely, but also strategic, smart, and constantly evolving. You could not ignore her. And opponents, well, they could only hope to contain her. For defenders like Dana Bonner, Clark was not just a player, she was the challenge of a lifetime.
She was asked about it after the game, and I thought her comments were telling because it's the kind of thing you want to hear from this team as they...
Before Caitlin Clark was a household name, Dana Bonner was already building her legacy. A WNBA veteran with years of experience, countless battles under her belt, and the kind of mental toughness that turns good players into legends. Dana was not flashy. She did not need to be. Her game spoke for itself. Every steal, every contested shot, every gritty hustle play, that was Bonner putting in work night after night, year after year. She was not just another athlete. She was a survivor of the hardwood jungle, someone who had faced the best and come out swinging. Known for her relentless defense and no-nonsense attitude, Dana was the type of player who could sniff out weakness and exploit it before her opponent even realized what was happening. She had seen it all, or so she thought. Then came Caitlin Clark, a walking highlight reel with a jump shot from the heavens. And just like that, Dana had a new challenge, a new fire to compete against.
Obviously, that's like zero tolerance for that, there's no need. I think people sometimes fail to realize that we have a life outside of basketball, and we are human. So be fans, first of all, that's what we're here to put on the show for you to enjoy. And we enjoy. This is what we love to do. So don't make it, about that. Don't make it miserable for us to play that. Don't make it to where we're dreading to go out there and put on the best show for you. So it's something that I think our organization, our team, and our locker room stick together and, stand up for. And we're going to continue to do that. And we enjoy this game, so we want to keep it that way. And I feel like we're going to continue to speak up on that.
Yeah, I think exactly what DB said. I appreciate Kathy and the league doing that. I think also our organization has done a tremendous job of getting out in front of those things too. Coach White has done a tremendous job. So I think keeping our locker room tight, but like DB said, there's no tolerance for that.
All right, we turn to Eliza.
Hi, this is Eliza from the fashion publication Who What Wear. Thank you all for your time. This is for Caitlin.
When Caitlin Clark and Dana Bonner first clashed on the court, it was pure electricity. Picture it, a young, explosive scorer with limitless range going head-to-head with a veteran defender who had made a career out of shutting people down. It was not just a game, it was a spectacle. Fans watched, jaws dropped as these two brought out the absolute best, and sometimes the worst in each other. Clark, the fire starter, Bonner, the ice-cold enforcer. Their matchups had that edge-of-your-seat energy that reminded you why you fell in love with basketball basketball in the first place. There was no love lost. You could feel the tension in every possession. Clark's quick release threes versus Bonner's smothering defense. It was like watching two masters of different disciplines battle it out in an arena of raw willpower, and neither of them backed down. These were not friendly competitions. These were pride-fueled wars. Mutual respect, sure, but also an unspoken agreement. Only one of them could dominate at a time.
What you are used to.
Oh man, yeah, totally different atmosphere. The support here has been just phenomenal. I really can't go anywhere. I've been here like a week and a half, and everywhere I go, it's just like, we're excited for the season. Thank you for being here. So it's been really, really refreshing, and I'm just happy to be here.
Then, just when fans thought they had this rivalry figured out, boom, plot twist. Dana Bonner, the same player who once fought tooth and nail to slow down Caitlin Clark, joined her team. Out of nowhere, the fierce competitor who had once tried to extinguish Clark's flame was now fanning it. Sports fans around the world did a collective double take. Was this for real? It was not just surprising, it was seismic. This was not a casual team up. This was like Batman and Joker deciding to co-run Gotham, like two boxers stepping out of the ring and choosing to train together instead. It was the kind of alliance that had people wondering what happened behind closed doors. Did Dana see something in Clark? Was there a newfound respect, or had the veteran realized that fighting against Caitlin was less productive than fighting alongside her? No matter what sparked the move, the outcome was undeniable. The dynamic had shifted. What was once rivalry had turned into raw, unstoppable synergy, and the league was officially on notice.
What you notice is Dewanna Bonner had her back immediately. Dewanna Bonner backup came right to her defense, and this is another player who the Fever have added that is going to bring support around their stars. You see Bonner saying, nah, what are you doing right there? Getting right in her face. This is not something that the Fever had in the locker room.
Perhaps the most shocking part of this transformation, Dana Bonner did not just join Caitlin's team, she embraced her. In interviews, you could hear the change. The fire was still there, but now it was aimed in a different direction. Bonner began praising Caitlin's work ethic, her attitude, even her leadership. It was like a proud mentor describing her protege, except this mentor once had tried to block every shot that protege ever took. Bonner spoke about the importance of protecting her teammates, standing up against negativity, and fostering a locker room culture built on unity. When criticism rained down on Clark, and it did, as it often does for rising stars, Dana was one of the first to step in and say, nah, that is not how we do things here. The same toughness that once had made her a nightmare to play against now made her the perfect shield for her teammate. This was not just strategy, this was growth. Dana was not backing down from the spotlight. She was choosing to share it because she saw the bigger picture. This was not about individual accolades anymore. This was about building something bigger than herself, and that meant being there for Caitlin, not as a rival, but as a teammate, a leader, and maybe even a friend.
Experience, the champions that have been added to this bunch.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what everybody talked about when we were in the playoffs last year of, we really didn't have much experience at all playing in playoff games. I don't know what the exact number was, but we really lacked in that area. So just adding pieces of, players that have been in this league, they know what it takes to win, they know what it takes to get to the finals, they know what it takes to win championships, I think is exactly what we needed in our locker room. So it's just exciting, but also they're not only really good basketball players, they're really great leaders and really great people.
Now that Caitlin Clark and Dana Bonner were on the same side, fans were dying to know, would the chemistry be there? Would two players forged through fire and rivalry really be able to click as teammates? The answer came fast. Practices turned into highlight reels. Interviews revealed laughter, inside jokes, and mutual admiration. On the court, Dana was quick to dish out advice, and Caitlin, she soaked it all in like a sponge. It was not just about two stars learning to play together. It was about trust. You could see it in the way Caitlin passed the ball without looking, knowing Dana would be in the right spot. You could hear it in Dana's voice when she talked about wanting to make Caitlin's life easier out there. This was not just teammate talk. It was the kind of genuine bond that turns talented rosters into championship teams. Bonner brought the calm, the poise, the experience. Clark brought the fire, the pace, the energy. Together they created a rhythm that had coaches smiling, fans buzzing, and opponents scrambling to figure out how to stop them. Spoiler alert, they could not.
I don't don't know if I even like really realized yet because I haven't like played in front of it. So I'm excited to get a little bit of a taste on Saturday, but I can only imagine how the first game is going to be. You know, playing here as an opponent, it's hard to play here. They get loud, they get crazy. Last year in Connecticut, we just kept saying, we know we can't take this thing back to Indiana. We got to finish it at home because it was going to be insane. So I'm excited to be a part of it and them cheering for me for once instead of against me.
The moment this duo stepped onto the court together, the WNBA shifted. Analysts who had written entire think pieces on how to guard Caitlin Clark suddenly found themselves back at the drawing board, because now it was not just Caitlin you had to worry about. It was Caitlin and Dana, the rookie phenom and the battle-tested veteran, playing like they had been teammates for years. Other teams were rattled. You could see it in the body language. Players who used to go chest to chest with Clark now had to deal with Bonner showing up out of nowhere to set a perfectly timed screen, drain a clutch three, or shut down a fast break. It was like a cheat code got activated. The internet exploded with comparisons. They are the WNBA's Avengers, one fan tweeted. The rest of the league is just playing the role of Thanos, without any of the powers. And honestly, they were not wrong. The synergy was that strong. What used to be highlight plays from Caitlin turned into full-blown team domination. Bonner did not just add points, she added presence, structure, championship pedigree. With her on the roster, everything Caitlin did had more impact, and every opponent, well, they were left praying for mercy.
Those ladies, obviously Caitlin, so what's it been like just building that relationship with you two? I saw you kind of messing around with each other on the court, so it looks like it's going pretty well.
Yeah, for sure. She's such a dynamic player. She does a lot for this team, and we understand that. So I think everybody here just want to make her life easier, and she wants to make everybody else's life easier. So just putting all the pieces together that we can be a threat on, you know, every level of the court, not just with Caitlin this year. So I'm just ready to put it all together, and it's so crazy because we got 4 days to play a preseason game, so I think we got to put it together pretty quick. But
For Dana Bonner, this season was not just another chapter. It felt like the start of a legacy rewrite. She was not here to ride out her final years quietly. She was here to win, and more importantly, to pass the torch while still holding on to her own flame. This alliance with Caitlin Clark was more than just strategy. It was her chance to shape the future of the league in real time. For Caitlin, it was equally monumental. She was not just the hotshot rookie anymore. She was learning from a master, someone who had seen it all, survived it all, and was still going strong. With Bonner by her side, she could grow faster, stronger, smarter. She could reach levels even her fans had not imagined yet. Together, they were not just teammates. They were a force of change. Two players, two generations, two different roads converging on a single path. Greatness. And if this is what their partnership looks like now, just imagine what they will be by playoff time.
I couldn't be more excited to step on the court with Caitlin. We actually had a great workout this morning, and I think we just feed well off each other. So I'm just here to hopefully, you know, give my little leadership advice. I don't feel like I need to push her to be any type of player that she isn't already is.
In a league defined by rivalries, drama, and moments of pure magic, the story of Dana Bonner and Caitlin Clark stands out like a thunderclap. Two athletes from completely different timelines. One a seasoned warrior with battle scars to prove it, the other a young phenom rewriting the rules in real time, have come together in a way no one predicted and everyone is watching. It is more than a plot twist, it is a statement that in this game, growth never stops, that enemies can become allies, that greatness recognizes greatness. Dana Bonner could have coasted through the rest of her career, but she chose to build something. And Caitlin Clark, for all her star power, chose to listen, to learn, to lead with humility. The result? A duo that feels destined for something bigger than just wins and trophies. They are changing how we view competition, leadership, and legacy. And maybe that is the biggest takeaway of all, that in a world obsessed with rivalry, the most powerful move you can make is choosing to stand together. So next time you see Bonner and Clark on the court, remember, this is not just a team, this is a turning point, a real-time sports saga that proves the best stories are not written by one player alone. They are written by what happens when rivals become teammates and then become unstoppable.